Trains. They've been the backbone of Britain for nearly 200 years. First Great Western runs the most complex fleet in the UK.
It's every little boy's dream is to become a train driver.
Operating on an iconic network.
It's an electrifying environment for me. There's always a buzz.
Every day, an army of drivers, engineers and workers keep this train set on track. Coming up, there's a new face on the gate line, checking swarms of festival goers have the right tickets.
Come over here a second. I could be travelling on child tickets. Why did you lie? Your fines are going to be...
New technology holds a hint of things to come for the railway.
Look at this. Toys. This is freakishly childish, but I so love this room.
And a blockage on the line brings Reading to a standstill.
Someone's dropped a keg of beer on the track and it's blocking the wheel set.
The Great Western Railway is one of the oldest of Britain's networks, stretching from the capital to the beaches of the south and west. At nearly 200 years old, everything is regularly upgraded. But it's not just stations, trains and track that get renewed, it's the staff too.
Have your tickets and your rail cards ready, please?
Just 3 months into the job, Lynn is the newest member of the Great Western's team of revenue protection inspectors.
I started off as a guard, working on the trains, and then I got promoted to a revenue protection inspector this year.
And Lynn notches up a first for the team.
I'm the only female revenue protection inspector, yeah. At work, I am one of the lads. I'm just the lad that wears the skirt, I suppose. Stop it!
Today, Lynn is manning the newly refurbished gate line at Reading Station. For many years, this station has been the worst bottleneck on the network, causing a third of all delays. But now Network Rail's unprecedented station renewal project is almost complete. A vast new footbridge has been added, along with wider platforms designed to cope with the millions of travellers who pass through every year. And today, both Lynn and the station face their toughest test yet. Every August bank holiday, Reading plays host to one of the oldest music festivals on the circuit. And for the railway, that means upwards of 60,000 teenagers converging at Reading Station from all over the country.
Every train that comes off is just full. The escalators are just crammed every time a train pulls in. You'll just see hordes just coming down. We get them out as quickly as we can. We've all got weird hats, loads of cases and loads of beer. Let battle commence.
As the festival goers stream towards the gate line, it's not long before the first teen is caught out by the age-old question.
When's your date of birth? You got your date of birth?
Date of birth, please.
June 1997.
Hang on. Tell me your date of birth.
June, no, 3rd of June 90. 3rd of June 98, so you're 16.
Right, you're changing it all the time. Come over here a second. How old are you? Right, you've got some identification on you.
I have absolutely nothing on me.
Right, what I'm going to do is take some details from you, okay? Travelling, obviously, on a child ticket when you're clearly an adult.
Yeah.
The girl I just chatted to now, she realised she'd made a mistake. Well, she realised what she'd done, shall we say. You know, overall, they're really good-humoured. They know that they're in the wrong, but they just want to get out of her as quickly as possible, so they're just going to stand and answer all our questions as appropriate. Right, how old are you then? Right, I need somebody to phone at home then to verify your date of birth, or do you want to tell me how old you really are? OK, why lie to me then? What's your ticket?
Child.
And how old are you?
16.
OK, I like to put people at ease as much as I can, obviously. I wouldn't want to be in their shoes, knowing that they'd potentially committed an offence on the railway. So you tend to sort of look at it through their eyes, but still keep the professional manner. Right, so question, why did you lie?
It's cheap for us to get it.
But it's not now, is it? Because it's going to cost you a lot more. Right, your fines are going to be £31.80 each. I do look after them, I suppose. It's just a mother thing. And I do sort of, you know, don't worry, love, you'll be fine. But, you know, I'm firm but fair, I would class it as.
And once the floodgates are opened, they just keep coming.
I could be travelling on child tickets for 16. What I'm going to have to do is take some details from both of you. Does your mum know how old you are? Right, so she knows. Hey, I put it to you, by travelling on a child's ticket, you were trying to avoid your full rail fare had I not stopped you today, is this correct?
Yeah.
£31 each. Have a lovely time. I'm getting better. I mean, obviously, when I first did it, I wouldn't have had a clue, but now you can, they're sort of like in their pockets thinking, oh, God, I'm going to be caught.
As the afternoon continues, there's no let-up. But for Lynn, the festival goers are making a pleasant change.
You come up with, obviously, a lot of confrontation in our role. With your everyday commuters, this is a totally different ballgame with festival goers. They're just here for fun. You tend to process them as quickly as you can, as jolly as you can, so they go away from here feeling, oh, yeah, I'm still all right on for the festival. So it's just all about them having fun this weekend.
Lynn and the new station are coping well with their first festival, but as 6:30 p.m. rolls around, the pressure doubles as the regular commuters arrive.
I mean, it's rush hour now, so you've got your rush hour commuters coming through that don't want to deal with the festival people, they just want to get out. Why haven't you got your photo card?
Because I lost it.
Well, you didn't say that to start off with, did you? But obviously our festival goers, they bought tickets, they're still entitled to the same treatment as people that pay thousands of pounds every year. Right, what I'll do is it will be a penalty fare today for your journey.
What?
Because you haven't got your photo ID card. You don't have to keep swearing.
I'm annoyed, aren't I?
Well, you're bound to be, but you don't keep swearing, otherwise we'll have to get the police here.
With the final few festival goers trickling off the trains, Lynn has a chance to assess a day's work.
Scores on the doors tonight are 14 penalty fares, and we've still got 3 hours to go.
Coming up, there's a tough challenge for the engineers at Reading Depot.
Right, ready when you are.
Okay. Got to watch your fingers. They can easily be cut off.
It's challenging at times.
Reading Festival's the best.
And there's a clash of cultures as 60,000 revellers return from Reading Festival.
What an absolute joke.
It just doesn't seem logical to manage something like this.
Everybody's a paying customer, so they do all have to queue.
For nearly 200 years, the Greater Western Network has felt the strain of ever-growing passenger numbers, and nowhere has this been felt more than in the Thames Valley. Since the 1960s, diesel units known as Thames Turbos have tirelessly carried passengers through one of the busiest commuter hotspots in the country. And if just one of these ageing engines is out of action at rush hour, it can spell disaster for the network. Keeping them going is a constant battle.
Right, let's go to it.
And at Reading's maintenance depot, a Thames Valley Turbo is in to receive a new engine.
It is a heavy piece of equipment. You've got to have some guys with a bit of strength to move it in and out. It's challenging at times.
Working here requires all the skill of a pit stop mechanic and all the speed to match. And ex-RAF engineer Murray has been clocking on at this depot for 6 years.
We normally operate as a three-man team. Ian works out in the gym a lot. He does put a lot of, well, pushing and pulling into the equation, really.
This is the biggest component change job there is, really.
Richard is another usual guy for doing the engine changes with us, and he comes up with little techniques to make life easier for us. A little bit of tweaking here and there.
Yeah, it's nice to get a job finished, get it done.
With just 8 hours to get this engine dropped, replaced, and the unit back on the tracks, there's no time to waste. All turbo engines must be replaced after a staggering 400,000 miles. That's about 3 years of their working life. Once it's disconnected, the serious business of removing this huge 1.2-ton engine can begin.
We have a table that goes underneath the engine. When we undo the engine mountings, The engine will come down, sat on this skid plate. We don't want it to catch on anything. If it was to come out slightly twisted, there's chance of the engine mountings binding. It could end up with the table actually lowering, but the engine stuck with nothing supporting it. Right, ready when you are. Okay, here we go then. Now the centre lifting table is now lowering down, and the engine is now just supported on the two cross beams, and we will pull the engine out.
Right, we'll go that way. We're like a Grand Prix team, really. It's all down to safety. You've all got to talk to each other. You've got to watch your fingers. They can easily be cut off, really.
Beautiful. OK, one engine now removed from the unit.
But this is the last time an engine will be replaced in this shed. As the old engine is wheeled away, a brand new depot is taking shape just across the tracks. This state-of-the-art depot has cost £100 million to build and is part of the Reading Renewal Programme. It's packed with the latest in train maintenance technology, and Fleet Manager John is keen to show off the future of Thames Valley rail travel.
Yes, toys, synchronised lifting jacks. This is the kind of thing when you were a kid that you dreamed of. Oh, I must show you our IT room. It is the first time I've worked anywhere with a warning sign that says danger, laser hazard. And this is the shape of the future. It's servers, switchgear. This is freakishly childish, but I so love this room. We've got panels with screens. Then we've got equipment that talks to you. It tells you whether or not how it's feeling. You go, how cool is this? We've got some switches and a fuse board in the old depot.
John's new depot harbours a hint of things to come for this historic network.
I guess one unusual feature for a depot on the western route is that copper wire. Not unusual on other parts of the railway, so the east coast, the west coast are already electrified. So that, believe it or not, small bit of copper wire is the shape of the future.
In 2015, that copper wire will be ready to carry 25,000 volts, when the Great Western Main Line becomes one of the UK's last major networks to be electrified.
The railway's always kind of innovated. There'll be some new ways of working. You know, the people, some of them, they've been there for 20, 30 years. It's what they know it backwards. You know, we move over here. People are going to be, I know it's a bit of a buzzword, but they're going to be outside their comfort zone. But me personally, incredibly excited. Incredibly excited.
Back at the old depot, with change on the horizon, feelings about the move are also quite positive.
I think everyone's looking forward to New Depot. I think it's just going to be very difficult for a short period of time until we can do the same jobs we do here over there. Most of us have been here 10, 12 years, so a new depot is a new challenge.
But for now, it's business as usual, as there's a 30 grand replacement engine to be fitted, and not all change on the railway involves the shiny and new.
They're all reconditioned engines. The engines themselves have been round from, I believe, around the 60s.
At 30 grand, these engines might sound expensive, but they're designed to have an almost infinite life, clocking up millions of miles, but not necessarily powering a train.
So it could be in a lorry, there could be in a tank, there could be in a train. For the train, because we have the clearance issue from underneath the train to the rails, they actually lie on their sides.
Regularly restoring these supersized car engines back to their original spec is a stroke of engineering genius that means almost nothing goes to waste, as long as the job is done properly.
This engine's now going to be in service for 2.5, 3 years on the train. In that time, you don't want things to start vibrating loose and falling off. Anything like that can cause a major failure to the train, can cause it to derail, or it could even catch fire if it's a damaged part of the engine.
At 350 brake horsepower, these diesel machines might only have the muscle of an average performance car, but are capable of shifting a massive 70-ton load.
I'm now going to release the weight off the table, and we want the engine to stay where it is. Engine stayed up.
Right, okay, mate?
The engine is mounted in place, bang on schedule. But Murray's men aren't on the home straight yet. It's time for the all-important test.
Batteries are out.
I'm going to put batteries in. Cut that, cut.
Hey!
Right, ready?
Everything looks good. All the timings and the speeds are good. It's just a case now of having a tidy up and making sure everybody's got all their tools.
This unit will be back in action in time for rush hour. It's the start of a new day, and for many of us that means a walk to the station for that early morning train journey. But for ex-driver Danny Davis, who now manages nearly 300 train drivers from his office in Bristol, the daily commute is a bit different. He may have a desk job now, but he still manages to drive himself to work by train.
I drive a train to work as often as possible, so I jump on board and it's really good. So driving the train is their childhood dream. Better get on board. There's something to be said for being able to drive your own train set. You can go over motorway bridges and some A roads, and you look down and you see cars queuing up. They're also able to me to engage with the staff. We can talk about any problems that have happened, any problems that are arising, so we can address them. I'm able to jump on board and drive the train into work, and then park it up at Bristol before making my way into the office for my daily job. Hey,
Danny works closely with his brother Martin, and between them, they manage the drivers who operate from Bristol across the network.
Oh, look at this, right. This weekend covered. We've got Reading Festival and we've got... We were brought up, we were very fortunate. My grandfather, or our grandfather, should I say, was on the railway, and our great-grandfather was on the railway.
I've just got to check on how many other people have done leave me, but I'll get back to you, buddy.
Oh, nice.
No problem, mate.
Thanks very much. You're a superstar, right?
No worries, sir.
So you done.
Take care of yourself.
You tend to find it, once one family member have joined the railway, you tend to get others following.
I'm just sorting out that one from Tuesday.
Daniel knows that I'm in charge, so they never seems to cross that line. So, and if he does, Mum's always around to sort it out.
But to these spirited siblings, the railway is more than a job. It's an extended family as well. And today, the UK's longest-serving train driver is getting ready to retire.
HST driver Bruce Parkin, one of our best drivers, he's retiring. He's an example to everyone, a very nice bloke.
You won't be able to do this again, Bruce.
No,
I'm sorry to say.
Bruce is doing his last train today, so he worked the 8 o'clock from Bristol up to Paddington with his daughter and his grandson. They'll then work the 10:30 back. He'll get into here about 12:15. We're going to meet him off the train. We've got a cake coming, food. I think it's going to be an emotional day for everyone involved, and I think we're going to see a few tears.
Bruce Parkin has spent the last 52 years and 3 days driving trains on the Great Western Network.
Well, I started in 1961, cleaning steam engines. I started a week after my 15th birthday, and then I was made a fireman, and started off on the locals, Bristol to Bath. In October '87, I was made a driver, the proper driver then, and I've been driving ever since. It took me 26 years to get a proper driver's job, and I've been driving 26 years now. Still enjoy it. I'm going to miss the banter with the mates, colleagues. A good bunch of chaps to work with. I'm 67 now. I've done 2 years of my time. Never know what's around the corner, do you? Carry on working and working. So I think it's time to call it a day now and enjoy my retirement and do other things.
As Bruce heads off on his final journey, Danny takes control of arrangements for the surprise party.
It's going to be non-stop. We've got this, and then obviously we've got our daily job to do as well.
And first job is cake collection.
Right, here we go. 2 mil close. I'll give her a call anyway to let her know you're on the way.
I'll see you later.
So I'm going to go down and do the announcements now. I'm going to see them.
With collection of the cake organised, Danny now wants to make sure that the whole station knows when Bruce is back.
His final journey's coming back in on the 12:15 from London. I didn't know whether it's possible to do an announcement across the tannoy.
Sure. So,
It's
how many
Bruce.
years has he done?
He's done 52 years in 3 days.
Right, yes, a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, well, if you can compose some sort of announcement, a congratulations announcement.
Yeah.
If you need anything, I'm upstairs, but I'll give you a call anyway about half hour beforehand, just to make sure it's all running smoothly.
Yeah,
Cheers.
All goes well.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers, Mark. Cheers for your time.
Coming up, Danny's got a lot on his plate as the UK's longest-serving driver steams towards retirement. And the pressure's on as a car full of food critics test a new menu.
Quite nervous about cooking for Mr. Thompson, eh?
After 52 years and 3 days on the railway, Bruce Parkin is retiring today. His daughter and grandson are accompanying him on his last journey. But there's something that Bruce doesn't know. At Bristol Temple Meads,
Because if we drop it, it's your fault.
driver manager Danny Davis is preparing a big party.
We're just off to the car park now. We've got one of the drivers has picked up the cake, so what we'll do is we'll go and pick up that now. It's 3 foot by 2 foot, but apparently you need 2 people to lift it. How you doing, guys? You all right? You well? Good, good. I've been told it's over here in a van. Oh, here he is. How you doing, guys? Is it heavy, is it?
Not heavy, it's just awkward.
Right, can you support that end there, mate? Someone hold it in the middle. Just watch your foot in.
I hope it's not vegetarian.
Look at that. And that for a cake. That was his first train he drove, and that's the last one. I've just got to write the number on the side, the last unit number. You're going to be proud of that, I think. It won't pop, will it? It's going across these 2 tables here. He's due in another 45 minutes. The most important thing is his colleagues, his friends and his family are now starting to arrive. Dave, we're just going over now, all right? So we'll see you over in a minute. Platform 15. How you doing, sir? You all right? Coming over, mate?
Yeah, I just went down this.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you. The words can't describe how we are today. And you can see them around. Everyone's having a laugh and a joke.
Bruce's extended railway family are on the platform ready to wave him in.
Hey there, Matt. Guys, can we start lining up? Got a couple of minutes. To make it a special occasion for when he comes in, if we could all line up behind the yellow line, as we all know. And then afterwards, guys, we're all over into the mess room for celebrations. So if you want to all line up, guys. End of an era. We've just been speaking to 2 drivers and they were very touched as he was coming in. You see Bruce is in his element now.
Very emotional. Seeing all these people here as well to greet me is a big surprise, man. Never expected that at all. Really choked up, really. Lost for words. Yeah. No, did I expect all this? No.
Come on in, mate. Go on in. Go on over, Grandad. Go on, go there.
Seeing all you here is fantastic. Really choked up. Lovely working with all you all. Thanks very much, all right? Thank you all, one and all.
Obviously, we've got a presentation for you, Bruce. Is that all right, mate? It is. We've made it 5 minutes past, and you turned up late one day, back in 1962.
Oh, right.
So we're doing, yeah. You still owe us for that. So congratulations, mate. Thank you very much indeed. More than welcome. And we've got his replacement here. Sorry, Bruce. I'm really pleased. I'm pleased for Bruce and his family. Everyone else has turned out. So something to look forward to. 52 years and 3 days to beat.
Bruce spent his life on the Great Western Main Line, which runs from London out to the far southwest. But there are also many branch lines that rank amongst the most historic and diverse routes in the country. All harbour a glimpse into the history of this impressive network. Today, Deborah is swapping the bedlam of the main line for the tranquility of the Tamar Valley.
We're at Plymouth Station and we're going on the branch line to Gunners Lake.
On this service, Deborah will be doing more than checking tickets and manning the doors. She'll be getting hands-on with some Victorian technology.
First station stop on this service will be Devonport.
The Tamar Valley Line takes commuters and day trippers to and from Plymouth. It's one of the oldest branch lines in the country.
Ladies and gentlemen, next station stop will be Devonport Dockyard. We look out just to make sure we're just fully platformed, which we are, then we open the doors. Next station stop on this service will be Kean. Just another suburb of Plymouth. Just pop in there.
At the city limits, the transfer onto the single-track branch line is marked by an unusual event.
This is where the driver will get out of the train and he will call the signaller to pick up a big long key, and he can only go into that single line with that key. And this key gives us the permission to go onto the single line to Gunners Lake.
And this key has a special part to play further up the line.
And we've got all these going on. So basically now we're in a single line section. We've done 4 stops in literally 10 minutes. Hello, sir. Excellent, and you're going to Carlslough. Good afternoon.
This stretch of track started its life in 1872 to transport tin from the mining town of Gunners Lake to the port city of Plymouth. Electric signals haven't made it to this remote railway.
Thank you very much.
At Beer Alston, Victorian technology takes over, and Deborah uses the key to unlock the manual points for the final run to Gunners Lake.
Left, right, and left. So we now got to go to the back of the train, so we're changing ends.
With a few pubs dotted along this line, it attracts some of the more unlikely train spotters.
You want to go to Beer Ferris where the little train is? Yeah? Yeah. Do you want to, you may as well stay here and then come back with us, because it's a lovely day. We won't be long. Excellent. Right, let's go.
And in no time at all, they reach the end of the line.
We're ringing the signalman just to say we've arrived, and also to get permission to leave back to Plymouth. We've got 4 minutes and we're back out again. Good afternoon, train manager of 2 Golf 75 just arrived into Gunners Lake, over. Cheers, out. Now got permission to go back to Plymouth. Ladies and gentlemen, just like to welcome all customers on board. First Great Western's 13:45 service from Gunners Lake to Plymouth. That's the end of the round trip. 2 hours, all done. How's that? Bye!
But the history of the Great Western Railway isn't just the preserve of the branch lines. At Paddington Station, 140,000 people start and end their journeys each day, and some get the chance to travel in style. The Pullman service to Plymouth is the last high-speed silver service restaurant car in the country. And tonight it's out with the old menu and in with the new.
We've got a rebranding that's going on with the Pullmans at the moment, so we've invited journalists along tonight. I think there's 23 coming. We're all a little bit psyched up and looking forward to it.
The new menu is made from food sourced from across the network. The chef who designed the new menu will be eating tonight, along with top food critics from around the country.
The philosophy behind the menu is just about simplicity. My dad, his friends, everybody talked about going up north and we'd eat proper food on the train. And to help them kind of bring it back is like a great thing.
So the pressure's on.
Quite nervous about cooking for Mr. Thompson tonight, but hopefully he'll be pleased with that.
As they race across the countryside, it's not long before the first course is on its way. The Pullman cars were first rolled out in 1879, but the experience has never been just about the food.
This atmosphere tonight is like a private members club. Listen to the laughter. But these guys in there love giving people that pleasure, and they're like geniuses. I couldn't work in that kitchen.
No sooner are the starters finished than it's on to the main course.
Potatoes, lucky, sir.
Medium steak, sir. Medium steak.
Hectic, busy, good fun though. It's always nice when the wine starts flowing and the noise starts to get louder in the carriage. It's always a sign that it's a good service and everyone's enjoying themselves.
134 years on from the first service, this seems like a tradition that's set to continue. As the train steams on through the night, the pressure's started to ease.
I think everyone's enjoyed themselves. It was quite rushed and busy for us, but it pretty much went to plan.
It seems like the new menu's a hit.
This is the real deal. It's like a restaurant on wheels, you know? It's perfect.
When people say that they've enjoyed the meal and thank you, chef, and all that, that means a lot, you know.
Do all the coffee cups, wash some dishes, and there'll probably be about 200 glasses to wash up, so keep us busy for the next hour.
With the menu launch a success, it'll be back to the regular grind in the morning.
Back up on the 12 o'clock tomorrow, so same again. Might not be quite as exciting as today, but yeah, we'll all be here.
Coming up, disaster strikes as a new platform opens at Reading.
Someone's dropped a keg of beer on the track and it's on the running line near the wheels.
And temperatures rise amidst the flood of festival fans.
What an absolute joke.
It just doesn't seem logical to manage something like this.
Early Monday, and Reading Festival is over for another year. Some have early trains to catch, and others are looking for a corner to sleep in for a few hours. With upwards of 90,000 people having attended the festival, the staff at Reading Station are bracing themselves for the return leg. For decades, Reading has been plagued by delays, and the station is 3 years into a 5-year redevelopment programme. Work has continued overnight in the hope that a new platform can be opened today.
What time's the campsite close?
They don't want them there past sort of 11, 12 o'clock.
We don't want them here.
It's an early start for duty manager Tori, who's charged with managing the masses.
Hey, where are you all travelling to? Cardiff. What, are you booked on trains, are you?
With vast numbers passing through the station before the festival, she's expecting everyone to travel back today.
We had 20,000 come through on Thursday, and then every other day coming through, so possibly about 60,000. So there's going to be a long day. What train are you going on? 7:50. OK, do you want to start making your way over there? 20 past, so wake your friend up, if she's alive.
So far, it's not the start Tori was expecting.
This time of the day is usually rammed. You cannot get on the station usually, and they're queuing for about half a mile.
This unusually quiet start could cause problems if 60,000 people all turn up at once. And although they're all thinking it, there's one word that's not on everybody's lips.
It's weird.
It's that Q word.
Well, I'm not saying it.
No, don't.
So the moment you say it, it'll be...
Q.
Don't say it, though.
Yes, we won't say it
Swear word round here,
we'll
isn't
have
it?
carnage if we say that. It always goes wrong. and I don't want that today.
It's a swear word at Reading Station,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that is, yeah. Touch wood, everything's on time, so we want it to stay that way. Right, guys, as much as I'd love to let you stay here, I've given you an hour. You cannot stay here till 5 o'clock tonight.
By 7 a.m, the missing hordes begin to make their presence felt.
You can't really sit here because you're blocking entrances. All right, so if you could just move to the side or something for me. Going to make your way to the platform for me instead of lying down here.
These music fans have spent the last 5 days drinking and dancing, and hopefully they're still in a good mood.
You need to buy tickets. Just join the end of the queue, keeping as tight as you can.
Reading Station's emerging from a massive overhaul, and Tory's tentative about how it will cope.
See how it goes this morning, because it's new to us all this year, to the layout. We've got platforms 1 to 11 closed, and we've got a new platform opening at midday. We have no idea how it's going to go.
By 9 o'clock, the happy campers are arriving in a steady stream.
Now the queues begin. That's all non-ticket holders, so they'll all be making their way through to the main concourse to purchase tickets from the 9 windows we've got open. This is better. We might be out of here by lunchtime then. Yes.
Hope so, yeah.
Now it's starting to kick off, so this is what we were expecting. What we don't want is this bit to now get clogged up in the main concourse because they like to hang about. They don't seem to ever want to go home.
No, I've just moved the screw clear. They're just on the move.
Oh, bless.
Over to their private residence.
This lot look a bit bewildered over here, don't they? Bless them.
Bless them. So they're moving all right, so
yeah.
it's a good thing, isn't it? Hey?
They seem to like to congregate. Are these your bags? Can you just move them all in for me a bit or something? Well, train you catching?
Bristol.
Bristol. Time's the next Bristol?
Bristol, we're going to be over that side for a start.
Yeah.
And I'll get yourself...
We need to go get some tickets first.
Oh,
we
right.
literally just
right,
to eat because we don't even know anything.
There's a big queue for the tickets.
It is a very big queue for the tickets. Well, if you're paying by card, you see the guy in the yellow there, he'll direct you and show you how to choose one of those, so it'll be a bit quicker.
All right, thanks.
All right, yeah. There's no point in getting irate with them, just have a laugh, they're happy, so, and they're quite compliant still. Even if you wake them up, they seem to be quite nice if they, once they realise who you are.
By 10:30, the festival exodus is in full force.
I'm going to go and see how long the queue actually is. Do you all need to purchase tickets? Yeah. It'll take them about an hour and a half to get to the main ticket office from here. And then obviously they've got to try and get onto their train as well after that. So they leave one queue to join another one on the bridge. You all right? You giving up down there?
People with pre-booked tickets get to bypass this queue at least.
We've probably got in here about 3 hours worth of queue and still people joining. It's going to be a longer day than we all expected, I think, looking at this. No, it stinks down here.
Mixed in with the masses are some unlucky locals.
Yeah, what an absolute joke.
Sorry. We've got a queue with thousands of people just to buy a ticket. Just a day out in London. That's all we're trying to do. It just doesn't seem logical to manage something like this.
I know it does upset people, but we can't make allowances, unfortunately. Everybody's a paying customer, so they do all have to queue. We put as much warnings up as possible before the event, for about 6 weeks before. Yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Until the new London-bound platform opens, the name of the game is containment.
Platform 11 will be open in about 4 minutes' time. We won't let them down, obviously safety reasons. We can only hold so many on the platforms, and it'd just be a crush down there. You're either going to end up with somebody on the tracks or a stampede, so it's not worth the risk. Sorry, can we squeeze through, please? You just let this lady through to the lift for me and oh, we got.
And while Tory copes with the queues above, down below, the long wait for this new platform's nearly over.
Well, I think we started looking at it 2009. This will end up being the main platform into Paddington. I'm really pleased to get to the stage where we can get the first train in and out safely.
Platform number 11, brand new platform. It's just officially open now. The first train will be a 3-car turbo. Hopefully it'll ease overcrowding a bit so we can get people away.
All looks well as the passengers board for the maiden voyage from platform 11. But as the doors close, someone spots a problem.
Someone's dropped a keg of beer on the track and it's on the running line near the wheels. Yeah, right, I should clear it as soon as possible. Someone's dropped a keg of beer on the track and it's blocking the wheel set.
This unscheduled christening of the line is causing a delay which could ripple out across the network. But accessing the tracks is a dangerous business, and it falls to the driver to retrieve the beer.
The driver followed his training and he managed to do it safely, so I was quite pleased with the way that turned out. Thank you very much.
When you're sending me the beer back then?
Yeah, we'll put under lost property.
As you see, the train was allowed to depart, you know, safely without further incident. So, first of thousands that will be. If you want to go to Slough, get that train. Any others, just wait for the next train.
With platform 11 now up and running, everyone sets about clearing the station.
Use the full length, the whole length of the platform.
It's very nice to have a new platform. It'll be even better when we got all our platforms, but a new platform which is wider and nicer is always a bonus.
After 9 hours of clearing queues and feeding festival goers onto trains, Tori's shift has finally come to an end.
It's been a long, tiring day, but everyone seems to have filtered through now. We've got a few stragglers on the concourse that we've got to get rid of. The new platform 11 did help us out a lot, because obviously all our London-bound trains go from there, so it was a good timing for us. But all in all, went very well.
Coming up on the railway, managers are in the firing line as passengers vent their frustrations.
It's like a tip, really. We're spending £18,000 a year, and just about every other person is on there for free.
Station manager Teresa Cisse has a job on her hands.
Hello, how are you? What have you got in there?
Booze.
Booze.
And people dice with death on the rails.
There's other ways of having fun, but it's best not to do it near 1,000 tonnes worth of steel that's heading down on you.